Hello YouTube world, my name is Nicholas Montez and you're watching my YouTube channel, Nicholas Montez. Welcome back to another YouTube channel for everybody. I'm so excited to have y'all back together again. And in today's video, we're going to be ranking all 4 of the Night at the Museum films. With the release of Night at the Museum, Kamunrah Rises, I thought it would be a perfect time to stop and rank all 4 of them. So let's go ahead and rank all 4 of these movies. So I'm going to say this. I don't think any film on this list is completely bad, but when you look at this movie as a whole, it is the weakest of the bunch. But on the positives, I think that it actually told a pretty fun story with the characters they know and love. Even though it's not the same cast, it's still a fun little adventure that you get to go on. The problem here is that this movie looks like a PBS Kids show or some sort of Disney Channel program. And the entire story just takes place in this one desert Egypt painting rather than an actual museum. And I'm not the biggest fan of that. And while they do use the concept of using pictures and going through them, it was kind of cool, but overall it comes in last place. But I still think this one was very good though. Now this is actually a much better film than what that film was, which is still a good movie by the way. But this movie I think actually is a bit better because it actually does a lot of interesting and clever things where it's all about the closure of the trilogy. And you also just get a lot of great action sequences, whether it's the one with the 3-headed snake and you're just trying to like tie him up, you're trying to fight him with a sword, especially with the knight. He was doing so well. I loved the knight character in this film, Lancelot. I also loved the Escher drawing fight where they just go into that Escher drawing and it's like they're doing all these weird things and it's just very, very cool. And they also just have like this great Hugh Jackman cameo, which I thought was just so much fun. And once again, you know, and of course they also introduced the character of Law and the romance that him and that other Rebel Wilson have. I loved all that stuff. My biggest issue with the film though, and also I love all the stuff that they do with the son, and he's kind of a teenager now, so they're doing a little bit of a story with him. And I honestly, I guess the reason why it's in third place is why it's my least favorite of the trilogy, is because is that when you're exploring a new museum, you're not really exploring it, you're just trying to get to a certain location, you're not really exploring it, and there's not really a bigger theme than that. And when Lancelot turns evil, not really the biggest fan of that, but I honestly had a lot of fun with this film, and it's definitely very good. So for me, I thought the first Night at the Museum was actually a very good film, where it just takes this concept of what if a museum came alive at night and you have all these historical figures. And that's kind of the unique thing about it, is that you get to see all these amazing actors and actresses play these iconic characters, from Robin Williams playing Theodore Roosevelt, Owen Wilson playing Jedediah, all these iconic historical figures. And it's honestly just kind of cool to see. You get to see animals, you get to see so many things, and it's just so cool. But at the same time, it's also, I like how it actually introduces this thing of how they're coming to life. And once again, you also just have some fun stuff with it, whether it's the capuchin monkey, when he just slaps him around, and it's just so hilarious. and it's just hilarious, and I absolutely love it. Now, for me, I think that this film takes everything I loved about the original Night at the Museum and makes it somewhat better in a way, where they expand to the Washington, D.C. Museum, and it starts out by having a fun interaction between Ben Stiller and Jonah Hill, which I was like, this is awesome, because it's like I never thought it somehow does the humor of Ben Stiller's character, but also the PG humor of Jonah Hill, and I love that, as you see him in all these movies from Superbad to just all the movies he's been in. It was awesome, and then like he clocks the flashlight like it's a gun, and all the batteries fall out like bullets. But even more than that, it also just shows a different type of museum where you get to see all these different characters, all these different historical figures like Abraham Lincoln, the first woman to fly across the Atlantic Ocean. You get to see all these first pilots, the first paper plane, all of this iconic stuff, and then of course you get the ultimate thing where you get two of the Capuchin monkeys slapping Ben Stiller together, and it is absolutely amazing. So for me, I really enjoyed this movie. It's definitely better. The story of Kamunrah and everything, wasn't the biggest fan of that. He was fun, and I love the cameos in this film, whether it was Darth Vader and Oscar the Grouch. But honestly, I thought this film was very, very good, and I really enjoyed it. So that's my ranking of all of the Night at the Museum films. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All my social media stuff is in the about section over there. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.